I would request subject teachers to come and discuss their strategies and challenges. And parents, if you have any query, we can discuss that during question answer session, which will happen at the end. I would like to request Mrs. Sonika ma'am, she is our English teacher, to come and address us. Ma'am.
A very good morning to all present here. My name is Sonika Singh, as Mrs. Mahumuna has already told you. I have been with Akshara for quite some time, and before I let you know about the nitty-gritties of our curriculum and the marking scheme, I would first congratulate all of you that for me teaching class 11 is a very, very interesting and enlightening experience. For an English teacher, this present class 11 is a delight because the kids have come from different boards. So I have some kids from ICSE, some kids from IGCSE, some from SSC and some from CBSE. So it's a very heterogeneous group, but I think it keeps the teacher really on the toes, and I think that's what makes my classes very interesting. I would tell you about the curriculum, and that will give you an insight into how both of us can make English teaching, learning, and getting marks a more valuable experience for each one of us. Before I start that, there are three types of English subjects which CBSE has given it to us. One is English core, English functional, and English elective. The option which we have taken is English core. So please remember that next time when you are on the net and trying to find out about the English, you have questions on extrapolation. What it means is, again, the intention is that when your child is sitting for the SAT exams or TOEFL exams, your child already has learned how to do this in the 11th and the 12th. The next is note making. The intention of making note making is that when your kids go for their engineering or medicines or other professional colleges, they get into the habit of writing notes while the teacher is speaking. So the whole idea is that the kids get into the habit of picking up what is the best while taking a lecture and leaving the rest. It's like, seed, the way we make a tea. So this is what CBSE is trying to do that. Next slide, please. Section B. As I told you that we are an amalgamation of skill and content. So my section B is basically a skill-based learning, wherein I'm telling the child how to make a notice, a poster, an advertisement, factual advertisements, and also invitations. If you see the next one, it talks about different types of letters. Interestingly, many a times I have come across that even as adults, we sometimes develop a cold feet or a sweaty palm when we are asked to write our own resumes or letters of inquiry. So this particular section is actually making our children get more adroit and dexterous with the art of writing letters. So with the same intention that let us make practical and theory together, CBSE has introduced this kind of writing skill. And then we have a speech writing, article writing, report writing, and debates. So this is our section B. The best part of an English paper is that you get 100 on 100 in English. Do not ask me why. I will not be able to answer that question. But probably CBSE is quite generous. And we do get 100 on 100 in English as well. So, if you have a PCM wherein you're getting a 98 or a 99, if you also have an English where you get a 98 and a 99, I think it's quite a treat for all the parents to see. So, this year our highest in English was 98 in CBSE. So you can imagine that English papers are becoming very, very skill-based. They're just becoming like math papers where you do a right thing and you get full marks. The next section is the grammar paper. In the grammar paper, especially for the ICSE and IGCSE parents, I would like to say, we do not have a conventional grammar system. Like for example, when you and I were growing up, we had a question like, fill in the right form of the verb in the following sentences. We do not have a question like that in CBSE. Because CBSE believes in saying that it is the right usage of the language which is important. It is not important whether you know the definition of adverb or an adjective. So keeping that in mind, we have these things. We have reordering of sentences. What it means is if I say, I am a boy is a correct sentence, but I say boy am an I. Obviously, I'm not going to give that easier question in the paper. What I'm trying to say is that this is how it is done, that you have to reorder the sentence. The next one is editing. A wrong text is given to you and you have to edit it. The mistake could be anything. It could be a prepositional mistake that instead of using an on, you had to write in, etc. And then you have missing words. Missing words again is kind of an editing where a passage is given to you, some words are missing in that and you have to fill the right word. So basically, what are we doing in the grammar section? We are trying to make your children comfortable with the language, because many a times we all know what is the definition of a present tense, but many a times we forget that whether we have to say I have a headache or I'm having a headache. So we have tried to, CBSE has tried to see to it that language becomes very practical. Next slide please. Section D. Unfortunately, our English syllabi is quite big. So we have got two books here. We've got Hornbill, which is our main book. Then we have got Snapshots, which are other book. And then CBSE tells us that reading is becoming an extinct phenomenon with many of us. So in order to encourage the reading in the kids, we've introduced the concept of a novel. And this year we have something called Canterville Ghost. CBSE gives us an option of two. One is Up from Slavery and the other one is Canterville Ghost. I thought that my kids will be happier reading a funny novel, so I picked up a comedy. And the choice is given by the school. This particular novel, according to CBSE, should not be taught in the school. It should be taught not by the teacher, but it should be a self-learning experience. Children should read it on their own. But I think probably I was too generous and I loved my kids too much. So we have started the concept that we do it in class because they are so burdened with the science, other subjects. So I see to it that everything which is done in English should be done in the class and not at home. And the last one is the type of questions you get. You have these reference to context questions, you have long questions, you have a value-based questions. People who are from a different board, let me tell you that value-based question is a phenomenon only in the CBSE. You do not have those kind of questions in ICSE, IB or IGCSE. So let me give you an example to those parents who are from a different board. A value-based question is a question which you and I are affected in everyday life. Let's suppose we have first chapter in our 11th standard book called The Portrait of a Lady. It's a story by Khushwant Singh wherein he talks about how his grandmother died and how he had spent his childhood with her. So it's a whole process. Now,